Good morning, good morning. How you guys doing today? Today we're going to talk about, I don't know. I've just been thinking about wasting time, just wasting things, taking stuff for granted that we were blessed with. Um, Something I've been thinking about a lot lately was, how do you say, a parable about talents that I read inside the Bible about God giving out talents to people, and then some taking them and multiplying them, and some taking them and burying them into the dirt, and some taking them and taking advantage of them. Now, when I say this, I'm not trying to offend nobody because, maybe a lot of these people are your idols or certain things like that. You may look up to them, but I can't really name, or can you even name any super entertainers that use their talent for good? Or do they use it for their own personal gain? Okay, for example, all of our famous singers or actors, used to be regular people. Well, my thing with that is if you were so regular and you were so humble and now you're blown up, where's your regular humbleness? A lot of them lose their minds behind their fame and fortune. But one thing I've learned is every talent that we're given is not given to us for us. It's not given to us for our own personal gain. It's given to us to help others, to pass on that to others, to bring others up, to bring others out of their own depression or their own self-doubt or pity, to bring them into the light. As a entertainer, let's say a singer, your job is to use your voice to save others, to touch others, to make them feel a certain way closer to themselves and also closer to God. Not necessarily to shake their ass, to bounce their ass, to throw up some money, to smoke some weed. Don't get me wrong, all that stuff is entertaining. I'm not trying to talk bad about it because I watch it as well. But where is those guys that actually do believe in the Bible? I mean, it is a lot of famous singers that are out there. I mean, it's even Christian singers that are out there that still aren't doing their job as Christians or as God's followers to help others around them. Instead, they'll sing and praise God and praise God this and praise God that. But you can go down to their own city. You can go to their own neighborhood they grew up in. Heck, you can go to where they live now, and they're not helping any of those homeless or broke or poor people get up out of any of that type of poverty or feel any type of better about themselves. But you're sitting on millions and millions of dollars. It's a lot of things that go around where people be like, well, the world is in debt and poverty this and poverty that and poverty this, but you got the average rapper or singer singing about buying a Ferrari or a Porsche or a Lamborghini or $100 million house or a $500,000 watch or ring or necklace or metal in their mouth, or however you want to do. They're spending hundreds and thousands of dollars on that, but you got a homeless man in your neighborhood where you grew up at starving, and you would make fun of that guy instead of giving him money or helping him out or picking him up out of his poverty and trying to show them there's something better, there's still there's hope. Instead of picking up any of that, you'll make fun of him, laugh at him, probably talk down to him, talk bad about him when you're not around him. But what happened to love thy man, love thy fellow man, love thy neighbor? What happened to all of us getting into heaven instead of just us important people or people doing something or people that's rich? What is the motivation behind it? And then once you do find this newfound glory, where's your true happiness? Because a lot of these people make it all the way to the top and they still complain about how they can't trust others and how people is ready to jump out and stab them in the back. Well, just look at the company you keep and the circle you keep and the evil that you speak upon and the evil that you let up out into this world instead of letting in some of this good or hope or happiness to make sure that you can trust these people, because the people that's around you believe in the same thing you believe in, and that's the Lord, or that is love, or that is trust or understanding or loyalty. These things don't be part of your plan, because your plan is just to make money off of whoever you can make money off of and make $1 billion off of whatever you can make $1 billion off of as quick as possible and as stingy as possible, no matter who you cut off in order to get to the top. Now think about that. What would you expect the outcome to be if that was your move or motivation from the beginning? It's just things that randomly pop in my mind that makes me think about how fallen this world is and how much more fallen it can become. We got to save ourselves. We got to save ourselves. I'm not saying that God turned his back on us, but just think about it, man. How many times have he flooded or cleansed this world in order to start it over, and all we keep doing is going down the same repeat process? But we want him to save us. After a while, you got to be a parent. You got to look at him just like as he is a parent. If you keep hovering over your child and saving him from everything that he keeps doing wrong and sheltering him from everything he does wrong and just molding over like it's okay after everything he does wrong, what kind of child do you think you're going to raise once he becomes what he considers himself an adult? Would that be a person that knows a lot from right and wrong? Would that be a person who respects his elders or his next to kin or his next door neighbor? Would that be a person that actually truly respects himself? Well, him or herself. I shouldn't say his because that's a little sexist, but still, what do you think you would have raised if you would have raised a child that way? Maybe a bad seed, right? Don't look at it as yourself. Man, a lot of people can't look at it, oh, I raised the perfect kid. But nobody raises the perfect kid because there's no such thing as the perfect parent. The only perfect parent we have is the Lord. And then, like I said, what do you think as a human race we are mature as? A child, an infant, throwing temper tantrums when we don't get what we want. And then if we are doing good, we're just like another child or an infant or toddler. We want to make sure that the person next to us, which is our brother or our sister, we want to compete with them instead of love them and bring them up with us. These are just things that go through my mind, people. I hope it helps you. I hope, it helps me a lot to go through and talk about random ideas and random thoughts in my mind. Like I said, always throw comments back to me. I read them all the time. I'm looking for subscriptions. I'm hoping that I can keep building up the views. And I talked to one of my buddies about 2 days ago named Brian Pinnick. What's up, B? He told me, I should start finding topics and things to talk about and stick to that topic. But you know me, man. I got a random mind and random thoughts. A lot of things go through it. So sometimes you got to say what I'm thinking of and put it all out. So it don't be all in my heart and all in my soul, because malice is no good. Doubt is no good. Fear is no good. But belief and love and understanding is always perfect. So you always know my sayings, my friends. You always know my saying. I worked for the airport. I've watched things take off all the time, but being faulty to others ain't gonna never fly. Stay blessed.